a break here. The Cardinals, led by a role player last year, now turning into one of their stars, point guard Taylor Bestgrove.
Yeah, Taylor Bestgrove is doing it all for him. She scores the basketball. She handles the basketball. She dishes it out. But important tonight for her is going to be able to be knock shots down from the outside. The Bobcats typically a zone defense type of team, so it's going to be important to her to find her shot to be able to knock those shots down to carry the offensive load.
The Bobcats are also led by an outstanding point guard, Bailey Baldwin, already getting some sniffs from some lower Division I schools. She also averages double digits a night.
Boy, she does 17 points a game, handles the basketball, takes care of the running the offense for this team, so it's going to be important for her to control it, as Cardinals just going to look to pressure her some, so handle the basketball, get the Bobcats into their offense, and set plays for her team.
This one promises to be a track meet. Don't go anywhere. Tip-off is next. And the scene from Cardinal Stritch High School. Brent Balvanot alongside Terry Shadle as we are getting set for tip-off as the Whiteford Bobcats paying a visit to the Cardinal Stritch Cardinals, the very first meeting between these two schools. And we'll wait and see, but this one promises to be a good one. Both rosters loaded with some very good athletes. The Cardinals at 4-8, but don't let that fool you. They are 4-5 in the pack, meaning all their wins have come in conference play, Terry, and they are riding a 3-game win streak.
Riding a 3-game win streak, and it's that time of year where things are starting to click together and you're starting to figure each other out and how things are going to roll with each other, and so hopefully that they got that rolling and got their ship right in the right direction.
On the flip side, you see the Bobcats there. They are also playing very good ball at 6-3, and they are 5-0 in the Tri-County Conference, just north of the Ohio-Michigan border. And this is a pretty good ball club as well.
Yeah, if you look at both rosters, too, they're both very young rosters, so they're relying on some young kids, and that plays into the part, Cardinal Stritch learning how to play the game. They lost, 38 points a game or something like that last year, so they're trying to figure out how to score, whose role, what your role is, so they're figuring things out, and, at that halfway point in the season where they're figuring it out.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the starters for both squads here this evening right there for the Bobcats. Again, you can see led by the outstanding point guard, Bailey Baldwin, averaging nearly 17 points a game. Nathan Taylor, Madison Ivory, Lauren Walker, and Lindsey Walker. But they have a deep lineup. They'll put just about everybody.
Oh, yeah, he said he's 10 deep, and he plays all 10, and it's pretty equal depending on how you're doing, so
on the flip side there, Taylor Bestgrove and Courtney Hardy, both role players last year, asked to step up with the graduation of Jamie Hardy at 18 points per game. They are averaging 14 and 15 respectively, along with Erica Berg, Hope Yost, who is their best defender, and Taylor Manata in the middle.
And that's nice. Yeah, Hope Yost is able to step up and play defense and take some pressure off your two senior scorers on the defensive end.
There is a look at the big man, Brad Huron, in his second year at the helm here for Cardinal Stritch. Again, not a lot expected out of them last year. So what did they do? They went 17-5 overall, 12-2, and ended up being conference champions. That's a pretty high bar to set.
Boy, sure is. Nice way to start your coaching career here at Cardinal Stritch.
And he's all smiles right now. We'll see if he keeps that smile on his face over the course of the rest of the evening. As you can see the Cardinals there in the home whites with the black lettering and numerals with the red trim. Bobcats in their traveling blue uniforms with the gold lettering. And that smiling man right there is Les Manley. Third season at the helm for Whiteford. And again, they are in a battle for the Tri-County Conference title right now as they are 5-0 along with Morenci. They have a pretty good group of athletes as well.
They sure do. When the coach's concern was it's that awful exam week and how the kids respond. They're so worried about their studies. How do they do on the court?
So what do? They have 3 games scheduled during exam week. It's very quickly knifing through the defense, and right there you see why Bailey Baldwin is going to be playing college ball somewhere.
Bobcats starting a 2-2-1 and are able to get a turnover right off the bat here.
Nice job to track that down by Hardy. And that will go as a change of possession, so they restart that clock. That's a dangerous pass going over the top of it. And quick hands by everybody in a Bobcat uniform as that one is knocked away and stolen. Here they come again.
One of the things Coach talked about, he wants to try to turn some offense out of his defense. And so far, 2 possessions, 2 steals.
Iverly, good position in the low blocks. Muscles up, and just like that, it's a quick 4-0 lead.
Nice little high-low action there. Found her on the block, all by herself, easy 2.
This 2-2-1 press giving the Cardinals a little bit of a fit. Bestgrove is going to take right at it. Good look, and I thought she might have been able to dribble a little bit closer there. I think she maybe gave the defense a little too much credit. As coming the other way, we're going to see 2 lightning quick point guards. This time it's Bailey Baldwin getting into the paint. and drawing the foul.
One thing Coach Manley talked about is Baldwin being able to do that, get into the paint, kind of attack them. You know, he feels that maybe Cardinal Stritch a little bit quicker, so if they can get them some easy early foul trouble, get into that bench, that's going to be a bonus for them.
Hope Yost, the guilty party there for the Cardinals, is Baldwin at the line, short on her first free throw opportunity. She has been far and away the most popular player to foul for the Bobcats. 28 of 52, now make it 29 of 54 as she hits 1 out of 2. And it allows them to come right back into that press again, Terry.
2-2-1, nice job looking across opposite there. That's what's going to be open against a 2-2-1 pressure.
Hardy drives in, and again, maybe stutter stepped, and she got caught in no man's land, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
Great job by Lindsey Walker on the block, got herself in position. Hardy needs to jump stop there before the contact so you don't run through the defender in charge.
Yeah, she almost got caught in no man's land. You could see her short step the defender there, and it was as if she just didn't quite make up her mind, and boom, you get caught in no man's land. That's almost always going to hurt you. As Baldwin putting on a clinic right now. She can drive, she can shoot free throws, and she can pop. That's a 3 ball, and all of a sudden it's an 8-0 lead. Good break of the press as Vanetta drives. And again, another turnover. They're getting the ball over the court. They're going over the top of it, Terry, but once they get into the front court, it almost looks like Cardinal Stritch starts to lock up a bit.
Some indecision there. She got her feet going before she put the ball on the ground and traveled there.
We'll see how they work the half-court offense here. As Walker drives, and that ball will be out of bounds off of the Bobcats. Both clubs feeling each other out here in the early going. 8-0 the Bobcat lead, and even with the turnover, still with the dead ball, they come out in that 2-2 press. Pardon me, 1-2-2 press. Over the top of it, here comes Besgrove. Vanetta with a good dribble drive, and then she locked up again. She dropped that ball down, hits a strip, and here comes Baldwin. Nice dish to Taylor on the wing as she regroups. Quick hands there by Hardy, and now we've got a scrum, and Hardy a little stronger than her opposition there.
Great hands by Hardy to knock that ball away and get the steal.
Vanetta releases, nobody between her and the basket, and finally, the Cardinals on the board.
Excellent look there by Taylor Besgrove to find Vanetta up in front of the pack for the easy 2.
Is this a 1-3-1 I'm seeing here by the Cardinals, or are they just matching up? As this one is airmailed. Hyperly had it, lost it, but it will be out of bounds. Last touched by Erica Berg.
Looks like they're going to go more traditional 2-3 here versus the out of bounds. It'll be interesting to see if they switch once the ball comes in. Sometimes teams elect to go 2-3 because it matches up nice along the baseline there, and then switch into a different defense, whether it's a man or a different type of zone.
Caitlin Taylor about to inbound, but she is being substituted for as Caitlin Keebler will check in. Bullet pass right through the fingertips of Walker. And a rare fast break opportunity for the Cardinals, and they don't want it. Hardy will back it out. Long 3, skimming off the front of the iron by Berg. From her knees, heads up play by Hardy. Second time, will it be a charm? No, a little long by Besgrove. And here comes Baldwin. 1-on-3, she doesn't seem to care, and she gets tied up. And that's good transition defense.
It sure is excellent transition defense. And what we're seeing here early is anyone brings that ball down low, it's getting tied up, a hand's getting on it, got to be strong with it. What we say is chin the basketball right underneath your chin and be strong with it.
Here comes the press again. We'll see how the Cardinals elect to attack it. They'll go over the top of it. Yost had her dribble if she wanted it. Vanetta, nice pump fake to get the defense in the air. And she's got both of the Cardinals' baskets.
Great look there. And as you said, Vanetta, that little ball fake, got the defender in the air, let the defender clear by, left herself all alone for an easy 2.
And Coach Manley wants a timeout as Cardinal Stritch has broken the press 2 of the last 3 trips down the court. And all of a sudden, after jumping out to the first 8 points of the game, a little bit of a scoring drought here.
Yeah, that's one of those situations, and Coach did talk about switching up the defense. You play the defense too much, offenses at this level are going to figure it out. You know, and they figured out that they have that cross-court pass there, so Coach is talking about an adjustment there, how they can take that pass away.
It'll be curious to see what wins tonight, the irresistible force or the immovable object. Cardinal Stritch, not quite the same offense they had as a season ago when they were led by Jamie Hardy at 18 points per game. They are around 38 to 40 points per game. But on the flip side, as you see the walking taco looking very popular in the stands here. On the flip side, for the Bobcats, they average 52 points per game and are only allowing about 35. and they're extending that zone. I think being burned by that three-pointer has maybe gotten into the head of Coach Curon a little bit.
Well, it's kind of an interesting 2-3, almost amoeba-looking defense.
Yeah. Whistle sounds. Jump ball the call there. It was. So inbounding on the baseline, the Bobcats. Madison Iperly will be the trigger woman here. Baldwin. There's one player on the court that isn't hesitating. It's her, although that was not the best looking shot. It bounced off the side of the backboard. Their low post touch here. Nice drop step into the paint by Walker, and nice follow-up by Iperly.
Nice job by Walker there to get her shoulder squared in the paint and do a nice little soft touch.
10-4, lead back up to 6. 2-3 zone, it looks like, by the Bobcats. So both teams kind of feeling each other out still here, switching up defenses. Nice dribble penetration. Berg dishes off, slicing through the middle of the lane. Hardy can't find it from close range. Vanetta quietly making some noise. She's got both their baskets, and she is sticking her nose in underneath the cylinder. Another jump ball to call. Iperly breathing a little heavy there. The inbounds, Hardy. Point blank, can't find the range. Vanetta and Iperly doing battle. We're going to have our third jump ball here in about the last 10 seconds, and this time the arrow points to the Bobcats. I like the way number 22 is sticking her nose in there, though, don't you?
Yeah, sure is. She's got her hands on a lot of balls, causing a lot of jump balls, tie up. Just throwing some out of, keeping everything out of sync. And again, as that ball comes down low, there's hands on it, they're tying up. They're doing a good job of being able to reach in there without fouling. A lot of times when you have kids reaching in there on that ball, they tend to grab the hands or grab the arms, doing a good job of not getting a foul and causing the tie up.
You see Coach Curon dishing out some instructions to his players there. Vanetta, number 22, really outgunned down low. She's their only true post, and she is giving up some height and some size. But what's the old phrase? It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. I like what I'm seeing for the first 4 minutes here, don't you?
Yeah, sure, for sure. When you look at the defense and offensive rebounding, it is, as you said, it's all mentality and who's going to decide to go get the basketball. And she's doing a great job of battling with the girls who on the other team are much bigger than she is.
Wow, extending the top half of this zone to pick up at half court as we've got another substitution. Madison Durden now checking in for Whiteford. Baldwin trying to get a low post touch here to Walker. Nice move, and she took one step too many. Trying to fake out the defense by the spin to the baseline. Just got a little bit ahead of herself.
Yeah, shuffled her feet just a little bit, feet going quicker than what the ball was.
Backing off for the first time tonight. Bestgrove, easiest trip up the court she's had so far this evening. Directing traffic here in the half court. Team trailing by 6, looking to cut into that deficit. Nice cross-court pass. Hardy thought about it. Another skip pass. Vanetta popping out at the top of the key here. A little bit of a three-man weave action at the top of the key.
Cardinal Stritch doing an excellent job moving the basketball. On that reversal pass, got to be ready to shoot the basketball. Had a couple shots maybe passed up there.
Berg has this one swatted away, and a rare fast break opportunity here for Whiteford. And great transition D by Hardy to get back with the steal. 50-50 ball, and a nice job by Bestgrove to track it down. She keeps her dribble going hard to the iron. She'll earn herself a pair of free throws.
If that's on Walker, I believe that's her second.
It is Walker, as we see a replay there.
Oh, correction, just her first.
Walker's first, team foul number 1. Bestgrove at the line, around the world, and her first offering kicks out.
In the loss last night, Coach Manley talked about the 50-50 balls and not winning those 50-50 balls, and they're in that situation. Bestgrove comes up with that loose ball and ends up getting 2 free throws.
Neither were free here, though, as both in and out. And the score remains 10-4 as the Cardinals try and pick up at half court. Nice dribble penetration by Baldwin. The dish, that's a pretty-looking jumper by Durden.
Pretty-looking jumper and an excellent find by Baldwin. Penetrated into that gap in the zone, pulled 2 defenders for her, and found Durden out there with her feet set, ready to shoot the basketball. Berg
has not looked to attack in the early going. Hardy will, and a nice move. Count it, and one coming.
Great job by Hardy. The defender approached without those short, choppy steps, be able to move her feet out of control, blow by, and one.
That was a mismatch. When Durden came out on her, I think she realized it and didn't hesitate. Good aggressive play.
You got to close out under control with a high hand, chop your feet so that you're able to move your feet and cut that baseline off there, as she did not do.
Hardy averaging 13 points per game. She's now got 3 on that play. And it pulls the Cardinals back to within 5, 12-7. Just about 2 minutes left to go here first quarter. Baldwin. Boy, that was a loose pass. Nice job by Walker to track it down. Heads up play to crash the glass that time by Keebler, but she stepped on the baseline. That will be a turnover.
Unfortunate situation there. Good hustle to get the offensive rebound, but her momentum just took her on that end line just slightly out of bounds.
Chance for the Cardinals to continue to cut into the deficit here. Looks like a man-to-man, or is this a matchup zone? They're coming out. Yep, it looks like a zone. It's not what you call the weather vane, though. They're coming out and getting a hand in everybody's face, and this one is airmailed in by Vesgrove out of bounds.
And against that 2-3 zone, you're going to see that the high post area is wide open, so Cardinal Stritch is going to have to flash someone into that high post free throw line area, and that's a real weak spot against that zone because of the fact, as you said, they're extended so far out to the three-point line.
You know, we talked to Coach Curran prior to going on the air, and I asked him, you know, most people think about a zone buster being the kid that can step back from 19, 22 feet and continue to drain it. He goes, we need to do it with ball movement.
Yep, and they've done a pretty good job moving the basketball. They just got to be ready to shoot the ball on that backside.
Walker with a tough move. Vanetta got a little bit of a love tap as she almost fell right into the official's arms there. This ball is out of bounds, and it will be off the Bobcats. Good hustle by number 22.
Great job, and way to walk the tightrope there and keep her feet in bounds, because she was right on the edge of falling out of bounds.
Vesgrove will walk it up the court here as we approach 1 minute left to go in the quarter. Somewhat of a low-scoring affair. Thought for a second Hardy wanted to pull the trigger. No need to just yet. Flashing into the high blocks. Sydney Turner is checked in, and that's good inside-outside movement.
Well, it sure is. And, you know, caught the ball there on the high post. Sydney Turner did, and came and squared up and then put it out the backside, and that's where that ball needs to go against that 2-3 zone.
Courtney Hardy with the first long-distance jumper. And back to within a basket here. We'll see if that spurs some extra defense. It does, as forcing the turnover. Vesgrove will take the inbounds with under a minute left to go. Do you work for the final shot here, or do you work for the first good shot?
I think you work for the last shot here. You know, be content to minimum down 2. You haven't played real well. Too many turnovers get a situation where you're bare minimum only down 2, tied or possibly up 1.
Back to Vesgrove with 23 seconds. She will attack, drives in, almost banked it in. Good box out and rebound by Walker. And now it looks like the Bobcats will work for the final shot. Or maybe not. Walker putting it on the floor. She is stripped as she fouled. This might be going against Hardy.
I think they got Walker on the...
No, they're going to call Walker. You're absolutely right. That's her second. And Coach Manley, as you can imagine, not a fan of that call. 7 seconds. Here comes Vesgrove. Oh, nobody picks her up. She's got a good look from distance. Just off the mark. Offensive board. It's good if it goes, and it does. Sydney Turner with the first bench points of the evening for Cardinal Stritch. And look at this. Once down by 8, they have battled back, and we are tied at 12 all at the end of the first quarter. Lots of action. We'll see if it keeps up here. Quarter number 2 when we come back. Second quarter action resuming as we welcome you back to Cardinal Stritch, as the Cardinals tying it up just at the buzzer of the first quarter by reserve Sydney Turner. As you see right there, Taylor Vanetta starting center back into the game, but a turnover means the Cardinals will get back and play some defense as the Bobcats jumped out to an 8-0 lead and then hit kind of a drought over the last 4 minutes of the first quarter. Walker with 2 fouls will have to be careful, and that's just a lot of congestion from post to post, stolen away.
And Walker got herself in a situation there, took one dribble and killed it. You got to keep your dribble there or get all the way to the basket. Had nothing to do with it when she gave it up.
Hardy, nice running one-hander, but leaves it a little bit short. Strong one-handed board by Eiferling. Here comes Bailey Baldwin. Scored the first 6 points of this ball game, but she's been quiet since. Walker will kick it back to her. Baldwin will drive. Nice dish. Walker, catch and shoot. That was a little bit quick. And here come the Cardinals. Burke crosses over. Whoa, a little French pastry behind the back.
Yeah, the stands oohing and on with behind the back move there.
Open look. Burke doesn't want it. Far corner. Westgrove does. It's in and out. Another strong rebound. Here come the Bobcats on a rare fast break opportunity. Now a scrum on the free throw line extended. Jump ball. What is that, about the sixth one we've seen so far tonight?
They're definitely scrapping. If it's a loose ball or a tie-up situation, they've got that done tonight.
Lots of ones and dones as far as possessions are concerned for both teams. What have you got for battle of the boards there? I see a lot of ink.
Yeah, you know, and honestly, it's been quite a few turnovers go with it as well, so it's kind of a mix there of boards and turnovers.
Speaking of turnovers, there's another one. Ball isn't quite centered here. Westgrove, dangerous cross-court pass. Vanetta, nice job to haul it in. And now they can run some offense. Berg sees a gap. Nice through, and she'll be heading to the free throw line. I think that's been there for the Cardinal Stritch guards so far tonight, Terry, but for some reason, they have just seemed a little hesitant. But right there, you see a gap. Good job to force the contact, and that's going to be Walker's third.
It's her third, so she's definitely going to have to go take a seat here for a bit so she doesn't pick up that fourth foul.
Berg finally into the books as she drains her first free throw. Walker will check out. First time this evening. As you see right there checking in, Jessica Link. Second free throw is up, and it splits the nylon.
One thing Coach Kieran talked about before the game with us is his quickness, and they've definitely shown that quickness and to be able to attack the seams on that zone. They need to continue that going forward.
First lead of the evening for Cardinal Stritch as we have a foul in the open court here. A foul will go against Westgrove. It'll be her first team foul, number 3. Cardinal Stritch really extending this zone defense. It's almost basically a zone with man principles here, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. You know, they're kind of matching up out of it. 1-3-1 with man principles. Nice move there.
And when you man up like that, that's going to leave some space. And Lauren Walker with a quick move. Tied at 14.
Excellent spin and got herself all the way to the rim for the layup. Great move there.
In between the circles, checking in. Hope Yost back into the ballgame. A lot of cross-court passing here. Westgrove gets into congestion and loses the basketball. Walker being pushed away. Here comes Baldwin. She'll feed the post, triple team to isolate, and she walked with the basketball. Boy, she draws a lot of attention when she gets her hands on that ball.
Yeah, and as you said, she had triple team 3. She's got to kick that basketball out because you have a shooter wide open on the wing for one of the best shots in basketball. Inside out from the inside of the post. Shooter, shoulders are squared, got to kick that one back out.
Heading to the bench to catch a breather will be Berg. Sydney Turner, who scored just before the buzzer to end the first quarter. Back on the floor now for the Cardinals. Westgrove still scoreless this evening. Hanging around in the far corner. They reverse it quickly. She'll have a look. A little late, though. They're quick to identify and close out for the Bobcats. Hardy will drive baseline. A little hard off the glass. And is that out of bounds, or do we have a foul?
They got a foul on Hardy. Nope. Get out. Just a banger on the elbow there on the rebound.
You see Vanetta right there, picking up her first. She just doesn't show a lot of emotion, does she? She's kind of got ice water in her veins a bit. Out of bounds, and right now, after jumping out to an 8-0 lead, the Bobcats have only scored 6 points in about the last 8 minutes, Terry.
It has been a struggle for sure. You know, the Cardinals are doing a great job defensively, but there you have a situation, just a loss of mental focus there and lose the ball out of bounds.
Good dribble penetration by Hardy, but she's stripped. Bailey Baldwin held on to her for a second. Nobody's picked her up. She's deep into the paint. We'll play on here as the ball is out of bounds. I thought I heard a whistle for a second, but I've just been sneakers squeaking on the hardwood here. Sugar Woman on the baseline will be Taylor. Dangerous pass out up top of Baldwin. Oh, they lose Taylor coming back in. She had a good look that skims off the iron. Good hustle by Yost. Become a battle of attrition here at Cardinal Stritch. And a double dribble by Bestro. And she just seems to be a little sped up right now.
Yeah, and that's one of those double dribbles there where sometimes they call it, sometimes don't. It's that broken pass. And some officials see it as a dribble there. In that situation, I definitely think it was intended to be a dribble, and she put it back down, double dribble, as you see. 13 turnovers for the Bobcats versus 9 to Stritch.
Wow. We still have 4 minutes left to go in the first half as Baldwin around the world it kicks out. Good drive, and it will remain Bobcat basketball. Keebler will inbound. We'll have a substitution. Turner will head to the bench for the Cardinals. They're happy to lose Baldwin. Instead, they're going to flip it down low, and a nice muscle-up move by Eiperle. Give her second basket.
She was somehow able to thread the needle and get that pass in there, that out-of-bounds play. Found Eiperle on the block, and she muscled that one in.
Whiteford back on top by a pair here. Bestro trying to get on track. She has really struggled this evening. Their leading scorer, she airmails another long-distance J, and you can just see the frustration on her face.
A little bit quick with her shot there, you know, a kind of almost forced situation. That shot can be gotten anytime.
Yes.
Take your time. Shoot your shot with your normal rhythm. Just shot that one a little quick.
Right now, I think the best advice you could probably give her would just be take a deep breath and relax. It almost seems like she's pressing a bit.
Yeah, there's no reason to press. You're only down 2 points in this situation.
Your team needs you, number 5. She will survey the defense here. They cut her through. Oh, and they miss her. Instead, they'll reverse the ball. She's got another opportunity here. Hardy, Bestro. Both legs into that one, just a bit short. And a strong defensive rebound. Wow, and taking the contact, Haley Baldwin. They get it right back to her, and here she comes. Oh, what a move. And I'm not sure why she decided to give it up there. A little too unselfish, and we've got a foul down low.
The situation there, Bailey's trying to pass over the top of a bigger defender. She needs to fake it high and then drop a bounce pass there. A little more successful on that drive, but a great crossover to get in that situation.
I thought she had an open lane there. A little too unselfish by Bailey Baldwin, and Eiperle picks up the foul. Frustration as it got kind of physical there. Still just a one-possession game. 1 foot inside the arc. This one doesn't catch anything from Berg. Baldwin, nice crossover. Splits a couple defenders, goes in strong. Wow, pretty move.
Much better job there. Not giving up on her dribble and getting all the way to the rim. A little bit of athleticism there to finish the bucket at the rim.
That was everything in one sweet-looking package. Quick move, physicality to fight through it, and then the little finger roll as we've got a foul at the other end of the court.
A definite weak spot that we're seeing here on the zone. As you see Baldwin here getting to the basket.
Take a look at a thoroughbred in the open field, ladies and gentlemen. That was sweet to watch.
Sure was. Split the defense, soft touch off the rim, body control. Great work there by Baldwin.
On the foul, Hardy will go to the charity stripe and splits the nylon. She's 2 for 2.
One of the things Cardinal Stritch being successful here against this 2-3 is on that ball reversal, they're attacking that bottom guy. So that bottom defender on the zone there has to move their feet, get the feet out of bounds, stop that penetration. Definitely a weak spot here, something that Cardinal Stritch needs to exploit.
Second offering is up, and this one halfway down, it spits out. Score remains 18-15. Here comes Baldwin again. Let's see how quickly they pick her up. She crosses over again, deeper into the paint. And now open, she won't hesitate for 3. Halfway down and around the world it kicks out, and then they throw it away. Trying to spin, trying to make the baseline move, and did she step out of bounds, or do we have a foul here?
I think we got a foul, a little bit of a bump there.
Lauren Walker trying to be active. And I think the foul will be going against Hardy at the flash number 3. Yep. Hardy with her second, team foul number 5. Oops. Can't be the first person to touch it coming out of bounds once you jump in. That ball was partially deflected, and Durden realized it, but not until it was too late.
Well, she'd be all right if she gets both feet, got to have both feet established.
Right.
If she gets them both down and bounce, but she was still kind of stepping in as she touched the basketball there.
18-15, trying to pull to within a point or possibly tie it with a 3-pointer. See what the Cardinals do this offensive period. Berg, nice feed down low. They kick it right back out. Good ball movement right now. Vanetta on the drive. The foul on the floor.
Fortunately, she got fouled there. If she kicks that one out right away, she's got Pesgrove sitting all alone on that backside wing. So from the one side, get to the high post, kick it out the backside to the shooter, knock it down.
Foul will go against number 14, Paige Thomas. Her first, team foul number 7. Vanetta, wow, very offset here. She's shooting this free throw at an angle, and it's off the mark.
Yeah, certainly unorthodox for sure.
Very. Baldwin, oh, great crossover dribble into the paint again, and just a bit short on the 7-footer. And a strong two-handed board by Yost, and then she's stripped. Wow, cannot drop that ball down low, and you see it right there, paying dividends, quick hands.
Lauren Walker took it right away and kissed it off the glass.
Ball out of bounds as both teams will reset here with just over a minute left to go here in the first half. A quickly moving second quarter. We have yet to have a timeout. And we have a foul before the inbounds.
I think they got Hardy going up there. I think she's going to have 2 free throws here.
This foul will go against Paige Thomas. She's picked up 2 quickies. And Hardy right back to the charity stripe. And she's pure on this one. She is 3 for 4 so far this evening. Taking a bit more time. She is 4 for 5. And the Cardinals staying within arm's reach here, Terry. 20-17.
It's been a ebb and flow type of game for sure. The Bobcats started on fire. Cardinals creeped back in. Bobcats pull away a little bit. Back here come the Cardinals again.
Here comes Baldwin. Bounce pass to Taylor in the low blocks. That ball might have been partially blocked. And we've got a jump ball as Durden tried to muscle up. That's just good low post defense by Cardinal Stritch.
Yeah, she went wrong there when she put the basketball on the floor, allowed the defense to get her. If she had corralled that and taken that straight up with it, she probably would have had a little more success there.
Substitution with 2 fouls. Courtney Hardy will check in. As you take a look right there at Katie Lipp.
Offense, defense substitution here for Cardinals. Great, you got to get your score back on, and then if you go to defense, you take her back out so she doesn't pick up that 3rd foul.
Besgrove dishes off to Hardy. Quick move, drives in. Too high off the backboard, but follows her own shot. Spotting up, this will be a 3. Skimming off the iron by Berg, and plenty of time, and yet the Bobcats turn it over. I was about to ask you, do you go for the final shot here? But right now, both teams are just looking to get the best first shot they can take. That includes Berg driving baseline. A blocking foul will be the call. I believe this will be Caitlin Taylor.
Caitlin Taylor is in pretty good position there, but just kind of turns her body at the last second, which forces the official to call the block there.
Caitlin Taylor was there, and yep,
just a little bit of a hip check.
Yep, her drag foot was just still moving. She got there in plenty of time.
Yeah. It's that little instinct to kind of stick that hip out there to try to get yourself in position. Just too late.
Berg, who is 3 for 3, she's hustling back to play defense. No, young lady, you've earned yourself another.
Maybe she thought